how did you feel about the Royal situation and what happened?
All right, for me, personally, um, obviously the idea or whatever, everything was good. I can't complain about it. Obviously, to the initial idea, the initial Force of Change logo and everything that was going on was obviously something I felt the BBL needed in general. Just obviously all of us in this chat are players, guys obviously has played overseas, know the types of money that you can potentially get playing this sport in Europe and stuff. So I think it was a good way of trying to force different throughout the BBL. Just the demise. It was a long time coming. Well, I say long time, but when I say long time, like we knew it was gonna happen before it did. There was so much problems going on throughout the year, so much issues.
How far ago into the two? Because it was what 3 seasons they went.
1.5.
1.5. All right. So how
Yeah.
you say someone's mic is getting loaded with feedback.
Yeah, I don't know whose mic it is.
Yeah, there we go. You said you knew or it was foreseeable for the players. How far ahead?
The reason why I say I could see it, I don't know whose mic it is. If you want to mute.
It has to be Darius or Justin because I think.
No, it's not.
Hey man, I got AirPods on.
You got super defensive.
I know.
Yeah. All right, Flip.
Because everyone else was on mute. That's what.
All right, let me mute this thing. Hold on.
Go for it, mate. You're live.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. The reason I say that we knew it was just issues that were slowly going on, the problems that we was having in terms of getting money late, the issues that they were saying that they wasn't going to have started to crop up throughout the season. But obviously,
Put your thing on mute.
I'm not gonna.
Yo, it has to be Darius. The only one that was
he's the only one that's not on mute in it.
All that defense and it was him.
He's gonna unmute himself to talk. But nah, like all those issues that we was having slowly, issues with rent being late and stuff like that. Like we could see it happening. We see it kind of the direction it was heading, but I'm not gonna front. Everybody knows. Obviously, it was bigger than the regular BBL team salary and whatever. So we knew obviously the issues that they were having was just gonna compound itself. Myself. And a few guys obviously were late, and then when they did finally get their money, it was some of the guys that were on myself, Ashley, obviously Narmo Jr., guys that still owed money up until this day. So kind of, I know the issue. Again, not being political or whatever, but obviously it's everybody's own business, so I'm not going to say no names, but certain guys kind of knew the situations and decided to go back anyway. But that was up to them. The guys that obviously didn't, obviously, kind of what we were trying to do in terms of drilling up court cases and doing whatever we had to do with the association to get our money. But it was just obviously interesting time for us because all of these issues, we kind of, as I said, seen it. I'm not going to lie, testament to all the guys that was on the team. Even making it to the playoff finals that year was crazy because I know there were times and our preparations throughout the playoffs were horrible. And not being able to get to that level, and guys damn near talking about going on strike and not playing because of certain issues that we're having within the team, but guys kind of just coming together more so for the love of the game, not just because of the issues that the team was having, and being able to just compete still at a high level. Obviously, the final, Jamal obviously knows, and we spoke.
It's amazing that he's went so far with that £1 million budget. I mean, that must have been so tough.
But that's the issues obviously with everything. No, but if like you joking around about it, but like you claim to have X amount of money, and obviously you didn't spend nowhere near that kind of money on obviously the first year and a half or whatever, but decided once you weren't seeing any type of profit, like you're backing out and you're filing for bankruptcy, whatever you've got to do, you know what I mean? Like there was nowhere close to the money that he said he had and the money that he said was going to be part of the venture put in before claiming anything before filing anything in terms of bankruptcy and going into liquidation. So, like, obviously, I know you're joking about the fact, but it's just obviously, like I said, like these guys went through a lot, and obviously, we all as players, like we all have families and people around us.
At what point during the season was you like, is there something? What was your first? Did you have any signs, or what? Was there any time during the season you thought, okay?
There was a lot. I think.
What was your earliest sign?
Yeah, okay. For me, like, we just knew there was going to be problems. The whole setup wasn't right. I think, personally, I think it was rushed. I think that once, I think it was Leeds, one of you guys can nod or whatever, but I think it was Leeds that fell out the year before or whatever team dropped up the BBL the year before, and there was an open spot. So instead of waiting and having a year to plan and do things the right way, I think they rushed because there was an open spot and the BBL wanted another team.
And the BBL wanted the money for a franchise joining the league, and that's what
joining the league.
That's the only money that made the BBL.
What's that again?
Profitable that year.
125.
Yep, and with the BBL having over $1 million turnover every year, that lifeline from the Royals is the only thing that propped them over to actually breaking even. There you go. So from a business perspective.
So from a business standpoint, I think obviously it probably shouldn't be saying this, but it is what it is. Like, obviously, it's evident now, but they obviously didn't do their due diligence in terms of making sure the money was what it was supposed to be and what they claimed that they had. That they obviously was looking at the money side of things and using that money for their gain and their benefit. But obviously, when it comes down to it, like, there's 12, 15 people, whatever it may be, talking about players, coaching, obviously medical stuff, whatever, that livelihoods are on the line. Like, they took a job expecting X, Y, and Z because that's what they've been promised, and it wasn't that. Me personally, obviously Justin knows this, majority of you guys probably know this, but obviously for me, like, I took a pay cut to come home. Obviously the whole thing that we've been speaking about as all of us that are obviously from the end, it's like you want to build your future, you want to build something lasting, you want to, start getting your mortgages and start doing this and start doing that. So for me, I made a decision as a man to come home and make less money from playing the sport that I love and being able to settle down and do certain things. Obviously my son is getting older, just turned 9, had just turned 8 obviously at the time, and it was just a situation where you put in so many different aspects into play to make a decision, and then for someone to not be truthful in when they're setting up a franchise and not thinking about and only thinking about themselves or potential quick hit money scheme or whatever it is, and it not going to plan and just backing out, you're changing and changing other people's lives. Like, for me personally, like, even you guys probably seen it, the reason when I finally found out about the Royals and everything not going on and me not returning, like, the reason I didn't go nowhere straight away was because my value in Europe and wherever else had dropped, and that's like a whole different mind frame, because now I'm making X amount, taking less to come home, and then the offers when I try to go back out are even less. Like, there's so much that goes into play and people don't even think about it, people don't even realize. People just see it as, oh, you can play, you'll have a job somewhere. And that's not how it goes. And now at 32, like, you're pigeonholed, I guess, in your career to be in a certain money bracket, or you could be pigeonholed to be to play at a certain level. Like, as much as we know as players, like, the level of players in the BBL isn't bad. It isn't as bad as people make out to be in other countries or whatever it may be. The matter of fact is, the money is what it is, and everybody in the world knows what they kind of pay. So everybody tries to pigeonhole you into that type of bracket, and regardless if it's right or wrong, like, it just is what it is. So with the Raw situation, there's so much and so many different kind of aspects to it. But again, like, it wasn't obviously meant to be. I think it could have worked if it had the right people in charge, the right ownership and everything like that. But obviously it wasn't at the time, and now he's just got to kind of, as players, as you can see, guys are just kind of dispersing and trying to move on to and trying to sort themselves out individually, and that's kind of what they got to do.
That's crazy. I went through the exact same thing my first year, but we actually got relegated. We had the second highest budget in their league, and we went down because guys just said, you know what, I'm done. Like I'm not getting paid, I'm not getting this, I'm not getting that. Stop showing up to practice. So for the fact that, like you're saying, the fact that you guys still went out and still performed, like that is testament to yourselves, because a lot of people just wouldn't have that mindset. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think it's different.
That's probably because it was home. You know, that you were home
yeah,
too.
That's what I was gonna say. It's different, and then a lot of the guys, obviously, you guys know, a lot of us all grew up together and whatnot. So it's like, at the end of the day, it's like going into the gym, playing open gym. Like, you're gonna want to go out there as players. You want to go out and compete, and you're at home anyway, so you might as well just go out and play.